Hey everybody, it's Brian Haskins, and in this video, I want to share with you a really cool little thing that I was doing with AI the other day that allowed me to create a buyer avatar in my market. Now, one of the things that, if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that what I do is a buyer first wholesaling business. And what that means basically is instead of the traditional wholesaling format to where you pretty much just pick a random area, start marketing for everybody in the area to try to generate leads, make lowball offers to try to get those offers accepted. Once you do get that offer accepted, then you start finding a buyer for that deal. That type of traditional wholesaling is very difficult to do, especially for new people, because you don't understand your market. You really have no idea what you're looking after. It makes you very reactive, and it actually makes you so much less money. And it's very speculative. It's very difficult to do. So what I like to focus on is when I go into a new market, I let the market itself tell me what the market demand is and who the buyers are that I should be working with. So what it looks like for me when I'm moving into a new market is, number one, I want to identify very specifically, is the market good for wholesaling? Is there enough deals in the area that people are buying? If there is, who are the buyers in the market that fit two criteria? One is, are they buying deals consistently, doing 3, 5, 10, 15 deals a month? Second thing we look for is, of those buyers that are buying deals consistently, who is actually paying the most for properties? Now, this is crucial because if we know who the best buyers are, now everything else becomes easier. We can look back at the last 15 or 25 properties they bought. We can see what neighborhoods they're buying in, all the details of the properties, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, price point, year built. That essentially gives us a market demand. We know where to focus. We know what to focus on. We can also see what those buyers are paying for deals. Now, the thing about buyers is that they're creatures of habit. When we have this information in front of us, everything else becomes significantly easier for us. It's easier to sell people more of what they're already buying than try to sell them what we have, because you think what you have is a good deal, but they may not necessarily think it's a good deal. So let's take all the guesswork out of it, all the speculation that traditional wholesaling forces you to do, and use that information up front to set ourselves up for success. So in doing this, I want to share with you how in a new market, so this is a market in Florida, we're able to take this information and build out what we call a buyer avatar. So to do that, we're going to come in here and identify our investor buyers. So to find investor buyers, we're going to do residential properties. We'll just stick with single family properties for this video. Normally I put a lot more information in here, but for this video, we're just going to do bare essentials. Let's come in here. Properties not listed on the MLS. We want what we call absentee owned, so people that are non-owner occupied. And for this purposes of this video, we're going to do corporate owned buyers. These are people that are buying properties in a company. Now, you can see right here that we've got about 9,200 of those. If we look at our last sale date, just go back a couple of months, see what that does for us. We're probably going to get 100. Yeah, there we go, about 100 properties. Now, if I take this information, we want to be able to see who these buyers are, what these buyers are buying, and what they want to buy more of. I call that a buyer avatar. And the reason why this is so important is because we know who our buyers are and what those buyers are buying and what they're paying. Everything else becomes significantly easier. So I'm going to share with you how you can use AI to figure all this out and do all the market research for you. So let's just click on view 102 properties. We can see 102 properties here. I'm using PropStream, by the way. If you want access to PropStream, just reach out, let me know. There's other free versions. You're not going to be able to get this kind of stuff on Zillow, Redfin. This is going to actually be stuff that we need to get from actual sold property information. But if we click save, we just go ahead and save this, whatever we want to put in here. Let's see. Volusia County, Florida. So we're just going to go ahead and click save. So by doing that, now we come over here, we can click on export our property list. There we go. Click on export. Bam, we open that up. That's going to download that file for us. Now, what we're going to do is, let's go ahead and click export again. Once we open this file up, there we go. So we can take this information, and this right here has all of the information that we need to be able to understand our buyers. All right, so what I'm saying here is basically, let's take a look at this right here. We got our owner one, last names. These are our company names. We can identify in here all the duplicate buyers. So if we scroll through here, we can find and identify the people that are buying deals consistently. You can see here, different duplicate buyers. We can also see what zip codes. We can sort this based on zip code. Another thing that's really important when it comes to buyers is if we scroll over here a little bit, let's just say, for example, bedrooms and bathrooms, we want to find out what those buyers are doing. Building square feet is important. Year built is really important. Another thing that is going to change the way you think about business is that we can see right here, let's just say last sale amount and estimated value. So if we delete these two here in the middle, if we delete these, one of the things we can look at is this is what they paid for the property and this is what the value of the property is. So what that does for us is we can see who is paying the most and what they're paying for properties. Now that we have this Excel sheet, we can take this Excel sheet and we can just jump into, let's just say, for example, ChatGPT, okay? So let's say that we take and create a prompt inside of ChatGPT. Now, you don't have to know what prompts are or anything like that. We could come in here, upload our file. So let's go add photos and files. Go to downloads, we've got our, that was that list we just exported from PropStream. We could come in here, we could say, I want you to sort this list based on duplicate buyers. So if we come in here and we type in our chat, duplicate buyers, we come over here, say column J, they'll actually find this duplicate buyers. We can also do it based on zip code and all this other information. So what I did is I actually created a prompt. Let me copy it here. Take this file here, put this prompt in here, okay? Click search. It's going to go through that for us, and it's actually going to export a sheet that's going to give me all the information that I need to be able to create a buyer avatar. So let me go ahead and pause this real quick while it's thinking. All right, so it actually took that prompt, and what it did for me is it told me the top 5 zip codes. It also told me the top 5 buyers in the market and gave me an analysis report. So let me take a look and show you what this looks like. So it's going to populate here. All right. So ChatGPT did this completely free for me. All right. I didn't pay anything. So this is the data. So based on what I uploaded in here, these are the top 5 zip codes. Now, why is this important? 5 zip codes in the market that have the most amount of investor bought property. So this is important because when we identify where the investors want to buy properties, that makes a huge difference. So we can see right here, there's 21 of those properties were bought in this zip code, 19 were bought here, 16 were bought here, 14 were bought here, 13 were bought here. This is the kind of information that is crucial to know so that way you can focus on the right areas. We can also see right here, let me open this up a little bit. These are the people that bought the most amount of properties. So this company here bought 5 properties during that short time. I think it was like 3 months. This company here bought 3, bought 3, bought 3, bought 3. Those are the top buyers in your market. Now, the next thing we look at right here, this information is going to be crucial. Let me open this up. So I asked ChatGPT to do a couple things for me. Number 1, I said, go in and let me know, basically, these are all the buyers that we had in here, okay? First thing is that take the estimated value of the property and the last sale amount and the building square feet and take that information and give me usable information out of that. So here's what kind of information that we got. All right, first thing we can see here is based on these buyers, this is what they're paying per square feet for properties, okay? This is crucial. Next thing we can see here, this right here takes the value of the home, okay, what the home is valued at and what they paid for that property, and tells you what they paid as far as percentage of the value of the home goes. So like this company here paid over the value of the home. This person paid 88%. This person paid 87%. This person paid 89%. This person here paid 753%. 126%. So when someone comes to you and says, I need to buy a home at 50% of the value because I need to fix that up and sell it, we don't need to work with those buyers. We could come in here and identify buyers that are paying more, 88, 100%, 80%, 96%, 88%. So when it comes to identifying buyers in your market that are willing to pay more, look how many that we have. Not all buyers are created equal. When you're building your business based off of information where you're using old, outdated formulas, you're going to be getting offers not accepted very easily from sellers because you're making them offers at 40 cents on the dollar, 50 cents on the dollar, because you're trying to sell to these people that are making you lowball offers. We can identify buyers in our market that are paying the most. So what do we came in here? We identified these buyers here that we know that are buying deals consistently. What if we go in and see what they're paying and identify the buyers that are paying the most for properties in the area? This is the way that you need to start thinking about your wholesaling business, because look, if you're making lowball offers to sellers, if you're just randomly picking areas, if you're just randomly going out looking for properties everywhere, this is the kind of information that makes everything easier for you and your business. So if you want to find out more about how to do this type of stuff, reach out to me, let me know. I'd love to be able to kind of set up a call with you, find out how I'm using this information to make wholesaling a lot easier for my students. And for some people, if you want, I'll be giving you the prompt away as well, for people that are interested in using that. Obviously, there's a lot more that you need to kind of take this and put it into usable information, but ChatGPT is going to create this and make it a lot easier for us to be able to kind of use this information. And this was me hardly ever using something like ChatGPT. I just typed in a couple things, gave it the information, told it what I wanted, and it built this prompt for me. It's not rocket science, but if you want to be able to use this to make your wholesaling business better, if you want to be able to find better buyers in your market that are paying more for deals, reach out and let me know. I'd love to be able to work with you. Thanks.